for this matchup, but we're going to go ahead and look at our map bans right now for the time being, seeing what maps we're going to be playing. We've got Oregon and Theme Park out of the window. First map's going to be Clubhouse, then Consulate as our second map. Villa and Coastline out of the way, and then Cafe will be our third and deciding map to see who will still be in contention for relegations in Group B.
I'm excited for this matchup today. Clubhouse, we didn't cast Clubhouse earlier. Consulate was just played in Cafe as well. Haven't gotten to cast that today in the earlier matchup, so it's definitely looking like a spicy matchup between these two teams, as we're gonna be making our way into this matchup pretty shortly. But I mean, we do gotta talk about these rosters. With Rentfree, they lost Rexon to E United. And then they also dropped Benji, and with Sweater and Prophecy as the two new pickups, those are going to be, the fraggers that are going to be bringing the gun skill really to this Rentfree lineup. Not that they don't have other fraggers on their team, but those are pretty much the roles in which those two players are going to be taking over. But enough of us talking. Let's get right into the action. Clubhouse, ladies and gentlemen, match number 3 of NACL Stage 2. We've got Guidance Gaming. We've got Rentfree. Who's going to be taking it home on map number 1?
A lot of people are probably going to say it will be Rentfree to owing Guidance Gaming. Look into Guidance Gaming, excuse me. They're a team of underdogs led by Arrow, who notably came from the favelas in last stage. Guidance was overlooked by almost practically everyone to make it into the Challenger League for Stage 2. Their journey to make it into USCL resulted in a bye in the round at 128, then ultimately winning out against 4 Latinos, 1 Irish, Troll Team 6, Weenie Hut Juniors, otherwise known as Suzaku's team, then ultimately beating out Head Ice TV, then finally beating out Fernie's Tacos in the semifinals to qualify for Stage 2.
What a run they made. But with the bands coming through, it'll be the Maverick and the Ace. So it's going to be every single round, at least in which we've casted today, Uzu, that the Ace has been banned out. Who might we come follow suit? As I mean, he is a very influential operator when it comes to utility and trying to take away shields or protect them at least. Our last operator will be the Mira, ever so trouble to deal with on Clubhouse. She can be used on a numerous amount of sites and to great effect as well. So makes sense as to why she would be taken off the board for this matchup.
Yeah, well, my ban coming out here is a little interesting. We have seen Wamai getting banned out more often in more recent matches. Personally, for me, I think that banning Jaeger would be a little bit better, just due to the fact that Jaeger already has 6 charges, 2 per ADS, and he can place down 3 ADSs. Meanwhile, Wamai starts off 2 with 2 magnets at the beginning of the action phase, and they build up over time. So the faster you're able to get rid of that Wamai, the less charges you're having to worry about. And yes, you shield to deal with at the end of it all, but still, I think that banning out Jaeger would probably be more beneficial than banning Wamai. That's just my personal opinion, but obviously Rentfree has different plans, so they ended up banning Wamai as in this instance. For our defensive lineup, we've got B-Dog on the Jaeger. Dauntless is going to be rocking the Goyo with the Vector in hand. Boji will be your smoke with those trusty toxic babes. Marmalade is going to be with Castle and Arrow. From what we last saw on this map when they played against Fernie's Tacos, they used Arrow on Vigil instead of Malusi.
10 seconds remaining.
So just a little bit of a switch up coming there with the operator lineup. Nothing to scoff at, as I would assume that these teams would be trying to switch up their strategy consistently, try to keep things fresh so that way they are less predictable. But either way, this will be the first round of the match. Again, this map was picked by Guidance Gaming, and Rentfree have chosen to attack first on this map, I do believe, at least from what I've been told, so, or what I can deduce. But It looks like it's going to be a blue take here. A lot of members just outside of the garage, as that thermite will come and join them. It would be likely that he'll open up the dirt, I believe. He might have opened up dirt, but it's hard to tell at this current stage, as Arrow is just trying to hold off the main stairs, playing a little bit of a roam game. Maybe he can eat up a few drones before he has to fall back to site.
Possibly. It looks, at least looks like that's what he's trying to do. Boji realizing that no one is deciding to push open dirt. They've left it reinforced. They're not even going to bother breaching it open, considering that they've only got 2 hard breach charges with that thermite and the 3 X-Kairos pellets, or sets of X-Kairos pellets. So for Rentfree, they are looking to go for a blue/kitchen take. From what can be seen here. They've already burned off for 1:20 on the round. Thomas is going to get to work up above inside a kitchen. And the toss to Nate to Pro, but it's going to be poorly tossed. And that'll be a huge waste of utility here for Thomas, as the X-Kairos are going to be impact off. Very good use of the impacts to come out from Arrow, and he'll be the only member here to break off those impacts. But Prophecy, he's going to get things started off by picking off Dauntless, who I believe was sitting deep inside blue.
Yep, a nice shot there from the Zofia. She'll go for a little bit of a drone work here, clear and call out that blue is completely clear. They can take that pressure for themselves as the clock ticks down to 60 seconds remaining, and still drone work being done by the attack. You can see they have 3 drones left, 2 of them being Thomas's, the other one being Drip, as Thomas will lose one of his last. So only 2 drones remain on the side of Rentfree if they want to gather any more intel onto what the hold might look like on the site. One of the last toxic babes, the first toxic babe from Boji, is he's going to try to cut off the blue rotate. Prophecy thinking about maybe going for a transition to garage, but will choose to go back down the blue stairs as the push is coming from multiple directions now. Thomas able to get the entry onto site, onto Arrow, as Prophecy finds a second, a third, and now 4th for Thomas as well. It's a flawless round for Rentfree in round number 1, excellently executed onto a church defense as they absolutely obliterate Guidance Gaming.
A massacre to be had here by Rentfree, and no picks at all. Flawlessly executed from Rentfree. 2 picks each for Thomas and Prophecy, with Filthy Flexen getting 1 pick on the Hibana that round. Number 2, for our second round, we're going to be heading into Server and Cache as our second bomb site. Both SAS operators coming out. Doc going to be with Boji, Kaid for entry for breach denial, and Arrow's going to be on the Jaeger for fragging potential. First time we're going to be seeing a Capital being brought from either match that we've seen today, but Smoke, he'll get 6 picked away for Valkyries, so we're bringing away some area denial in favor of intel. There's no Malusi being brought here. The only outside intel we are going to be having from Guidance Gaming will be 3 Valkyrie cams and 1 bulletproof cam coming in the hands of Doc, and there's only going to be 1 set of barbed wire, so there's not going to be too many obstacles for the attackers to deal with. So I'm curious to see what the strategy is here for Guidance Gaming. I would honestly probably switch over the Doc in favor of a Malusi, just due to the fact of how much utility she brings. She has a C4 as well if you want a C4 below inside a lounge. She has a great gun, it's a 3-speed. Her pistol is the same pistol that Ella and Zofia use. It's just, I mean, I understand that they want to bring Doc to try to quote-unquote challenge long angles, because the longest scope, or the most zoomed-in scope that Boji will be able to use is a 1.5 on that MP5.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that he lost the ACOG. I really like that, but regardless, we're going to be seeing a Capital. Thomas is going to be bringing that operator, and he also has the LMG as well, so with that and the ability to use that secondary hard destruction, Capital is going to be a very influential operator on this attack. Almost kind of expecting that it would be upstairs too. They'll be able to really utilize those asphyxiating bolts in order to help open up the wall potentially. But no, it looks like Drip's actually gonna be able to open up. He might even go for a rush straight into sight. He'll be able to take the person down on catwalk. It's a complete flood of sight. It's gonna be evened out though. It's Marmalade's able to find the nice shot onto Filthy. The coming down from Yardy. There's another player inside a garage. The rotate's coming out aplenty. These Valkyrie cameras potentially giving a lot of intel to the defense, but the kills are just falling for Rentfree. It's now a 2v1 as it's all up to B-Dog in the 1v. No, Arrow, as there was a trade from B-Dog and the attacker. It's now all up to Arrow in the 1v2 with the plant coming down from Yardy. Very clutch situation for the Jaeger. Post plant now, 40 seconds left on the clock. Is he going to be able to find the picks? The pre-fire is coming back and forth. A nice shot through the wall. Not going to land any damage, however, onto the player. More pre-fires coming through the walls. He's just looking for the right angles. But the time is going to continue to tick down. He needs to make this happen or it's going to be too late. It doesn't matter. He peeks the corner. Drip is ready for the headshot. Yardy on the fragmite. An excellent execute as they just rush into sight and take what's theirs.
Yeah, looking over on the overhead view, it was clear that there was a rush going to be coming from Rentfree. You had one person playing Rafters, another person playing inside of Cash, and there's no one else to be found. Everyone else is down below on the first floor. So Rentfree taking the opportunity of seeing that the Wamai is not even ready for anyone to challenge him on that garage door. And man, great shot from Drip, and then whoever it was that got the entry into Cash, a great job from them as well. I believe it was Filthy, and then everything just kind of tumbled apart there for Rentfree. It was a 1v2 for Arrow. Good job for Guidance to be able to bring it down that to that type of a scenario. But like I mentioned before, the Malusi here is a better pick than the Doc in my honest opinion, because it'll be able to slow down the rush that comes out from these attackers. It has to either be meleeed or taken out by an explosive, and it's just overall better to bring a Malusi compared to the extra health. And I understand why they brought the Doc, because if they did get damage and if Rentfree did decide to play a more methodical, slower pace that round, the Doc probably would have come in handy should Guidance have gotten some picks, taken a little bit of damage, and then they just get juiced right back up to 100 HP. This time around, hopefully Guidance, for their sake, they're able to walk away with a round win here, because 2 wins for a Clubhouse attack in the first 2 rounds, that's really scary. But, you know, who knows? Maybe we're just in an attacker-sided meta now, even if Ace is banned.
The Montaigne being brought out from Thomas. So, looks like right now Thomas is just spinning the operator roulette wheel, as he has now played 3 separate operators in the first 3 rounds, but he is going to be bringing that can opener, so we'll be able to use that hard destruction onto the garage wall and open up an alley for the attack to either look through or possibly vault through, as well as using the Montaigne on this attack is going to make things a lot easier for the push. They'll be able to just bulldoze their way up the stairs in garage and possibly just bully this man trying to protect the garage pressure. But for right now, it's going to be slow and methodical for Rentfree. They know they don't have to rush this. They can take their time, gather the intel, and then make the execute happen. But Thomas is like, you know, screw this. I'm just going to walk right up, see what I can't do to this man. The Cade on on the catwalk here, and Nitro will get used out. A punch comes out from Thomas. This is back and forth here, but it's a flood into sight. The beatdown comes from Thomas, and it's 3 separate kills for Rentfree, leaving Arrow and B-Dog all on an island here. Are we going to see another flawless round here from Rentfree? It's looking like it's going to be. It will, as Filthy cleans up the last 2. A second flawless round here for Rentfree as they're looking to run away with this match.
I don't know if they're looking to run away. It looks like they already are running away with this. They've got 2 flawless rounds within the first 3 rounds that are played, and Guidance are just getting absolutely steamrolled here. They're getting smoked. 3 kills amongst 3 players in 3 rounds on defense. It's not looking pretty here if you're a Guidance fan, especially if you're playing for Guidance Gaming.
I agree. I mean, and it's tough, you know, that they're the new squad into Challenger League, and they've got to go up against Rentfree. You know, they placed 2nd in the last stage of NACL, and so obviously they feel as though they deserve to be here. Everybody feels like they deserve to be here, but it's a tough team. You know, it's a tough task going up against a team that placed 2nd last stage. So obviously, you got to see more from Guidance Gaming if they want a chance to take this map or possibly even the series. It hasn't even looked close in a couple of these rounds. Only 3 kills through 3 rounds for Guidance Gaming. 2 donuts, 3 breadsticks. So it's a bakery over on the side of Guidance Gaming. That is for sure. They're trying to set up a bakery over there, and I mean, I don't know. I would buy from their bakery. What do you think? Some breadsticks, maybe some donuts.
It's possible. It's highly possible. But looking over on the side of Rentfree, neither Drip nor Prophecy have died here. And for our 4th bomb site for Guidance Gaming, they're going to be heading over into Gym Bedroom, a site that we have yet to see be played out from Guidance. Hopefully, for their sake, it's something that can give them hope and something that can give them a round on the board here, because losing your first 3 defenses the way that it's gone, it feels it honestly feels a bit embarrassing if you're Guidance. But you know, they're a new team. This is their first season in CL. There's going to be some rough patches happening with this team. One thing I did notice with Guidance, at least with when they played, their biggest weakness was their attacks because of their droning. But right now they're on defense. They shouldn't be having too much issue, but for the time being right now, they're just having so many issues with defending this, because there's a 3-man push currently coming in from Rentfree, and down goes Arrow, not even aware of Prophecy coming in from Cash. He has no help, no crossfire, nothing to assist him inside of Cash.
Basically a freebie there for Rentfree as they start off the fragging yet again here, and it's going to be another man down here for Guidance Gaming. I mean, they need all the help they can get right now to try to fight back against the beast that is Rentfree, and going to now their 3rd separate bomb site, as they were unsuccessful in Church and unsuccessful in Cash twice in a row. They're going to see, you know, why don't we just try this bomb site? And it's not looking good for them so far. The control has already been taken by Rentfree. They have control of construction and split, and have the control of the balcony as well, and have been able to open up Jacuzzi. So everything is in favor of them at the moment. It's going to need to be a miracle here from the side of Guidance Gaming. You can already see the first Toxic Babe from Boji is going to be going out as he's trying to hold back the push. No Nitro Cells on the side of Guidance Gaming, so the only form of denial is going to be the Maestro cameras if you can get them in the right spots, and of course the Toxic Babes if you're able to dispense them out. But as the fragging starts to follow suit, it's not going to be a 1v4 here for the Maestro. 3 kills in a row for Rentfree, 4 rounds in a row on the side of the attack, and it's looking like a sweep already. Not looking good for Guidance Gaming.
Unrelenting aggression from Rentfree. Prophecy is left, and we are going to be going into a rehost, restarting at a 4-0 round count for Rentfree, but no rehost appears. That
they don't even need it.
I think Rentfree are confident in themselves.
Oh, he's back. Oh, his game
so
didn't
no
crash.
rehost, no rehost.
Oh, so that's cool. I like that. I like that. That keeps my notes nice and clean. So he will use the 6 pick. I mean, you got the random operator for Ying, so they'll go over to the Zofia. So no harm, no foul. That was perfect.
Yeah. So it looks like Rentfree is good. Prophecy switching away from Ying into Zofia, obviously because that's the main operator he's been playing. And then we also have a 6 pick coming out from the defense. But right now, for this basement defense, this is the exact same lineup that we saw back in the qualifiers for Guidance Gaming when they played against Fernie's Tacos. So what the Guidance is going to have here is they're going to have Arrow roam around the bar area, try to see if he can fight for a pick. He'll be paying attention to Lounge, to the kitchen hall, and to pool table. And then they're going to leave those hatches open, at least from what I can tell. And they're also going to have blast open the stage hatch. But there is no castle being brought here.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion.
It's definitely who knows? Well, I mean, we're gonna see. Arrow could be a big factor in this round as well, as it looks like he's barricading up some of the bar doors, so he may even roam upstairs if he's allowed to. You know, I mean, that using the scanner, using Vigil's cloak ability, he should be able to persist for a while longer than normally, as he's just going for some late reinforcements, looking for some drone potential through the drone hole. He will spot out the one drone from Filthy inside of the jukebox, so cause for a rotation as well. The attack, it looks like they want to clear out this Vigil, but if they're not careful, he could possibly get a free pick. Arrow has the ability to vault right out this window and go for a flank into the kitchen if he wants to, and catch Thomas off guard as he's going for the vertical pressure onto Arsenal. But still, the attack is taking its time. They need to find this Vigil before they can make anything else happen.
It's very true. But right now, Arrow's still above inside of construction. Thomas getting to work, but a C4 from B-Dog will shut down the sledge instantly. Not much soft breach to work. Not much soft breach work will happen. No more reconstruction work. And Arrow, a great pick to go ahead and take care of Filthy on the upside down rappel. That's going to be able to cost Rentfree their first 2 picks, and this could finally be Guidance Gaming's first defense round here on the board.
Definitely looking strong for them as they have a 2-man advantage now. First time that they're getting the opening pick as well, so definitely could bode well for this defense, as not only were they able to get 2 operators, it was the Sledge and Tabana Hard Destructor and the nades that were being brought by Thomas, 2 influential utility ops. As you can't tell, it doesn't look like the kitchen hatch has been opened as well, so that's going to remain closed unless they want to use an exothermic charge on it, but it's likely he would either use it there or possibly on the moto hatch in order to drop in the moto and then maybe on the church wall. But still 50 seconds left for him to decide, for this attack to decide, and Arrow is still on the lurk. He is inside of VIP right now, just checking all the angles. Could potentially spot the diffuser here outside of the kitchen window as he rotates in through kitchen hallway, but the attack has decided to just completely forget about the diffuser. I'm not too sure what's going on here. They're just gonna go for frags. Dauntless will be able to touch one, and with the shotgun, it'll be B-Dog to kind another one. So another flawless round here. Now 3 on the map. This time, though, it's Guidance Gaming to finally find a round.
I think that Rentfree believed in their ability to out-frag Guidance Gaming a little too much there, as it results in a flawless round for Guidance Gaming. And finally, GG are able to put themselves on the board here versus Rentfree. So hopefully, based off the looks of that, Guidance Gaming has woken up and smelled the coffee. The only time will tell for the duration of this map. I'm still not solely convinced that Guidance Gaming are necessarily back and in it. I think that Rentfree just decided to give them a little more breathing room that they were initially giving them, and thinking that they could just outfrag and outgun everyone on Guidance, given how the first 3 rounds went, or the first 4 rounds went.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So, heading back to cache and server, this will be the 3rd time we're getting into this bomb site. That'll be the last defensive round for Guidance in the half.
They need to win this, you know. If they go, I mean, I don't know. Again, we also casted 4 5-1 halves earlier today, so this could honestly just turn into like the 5-1 day. I think, did I say 5-4? We casted 4 5-1 halves this morning. And I mean, it could just be a repeat of that.
It's possible that we're just stuck with the 5-1 halves, but you know, when we saw those 5-1 halves between Ape and The Last Dance, those rounds were so close with each other. And you know, granted, a bit of them did end with about a 3vx, 2vx, but you know, a majority of those rounds were so close. Hopefully for Guidance this time around, they're able to get themselves into a 4-2 split, winning out this next round. I think Arrow is impact tricking those Hibana pellets that are coming out from Filthy.
It looked like he might have been able to. I think you're right. Oh, Arrow with a peek here right over the window. Prophecy not checking it is going to lose his life because of it. So now the 2nd round in a row that Arrow is able to get the opening pick. Now 2 for 1 on the quote-unquote entry. So playing it big for his team here as he's really trying to bring this back. You know, they can make this a 2-4 half. It's definitely salvageable for Guidance Gaming, as Sweater is just doing some drones. He's actually just gonna walk right into the garage, able to take down Marmalade on the catwalk. How do you lose that? Nice shot there from Sweater.
I don't even think she was aware of that peek coming in from Sweater.
Yeah, possibly
and
not.
The boom booms that we heard coming out earlier in the map, I was like, what is going on? And then I realized that the Capital coming out from Thomas, he's utilizing the new hard breach gadget, the new secondary breach gadget that comes on Capital, Lion, Ying, and a few other attackers as well as Nook. But Thomas going to go ahead and smoke off the rotate hole up above in the rafters. Drip is going ahead and joining out the bomb site, and Sweater will go ahead and take control of rafters.
I thought he was about to blow that up right as he was vaulting over and cause a whole load of damage, but no, unfortunately will not. The smokes do come in though, and it looks like the plant will follow from Drip. Or is there going to be a nitro cell here? It looks like Boji going to throw it short. Is he going to get it? No! He's going to go close left. You just have to get him. He's not going to be able to through the smoke. 3 separate kills for Rentfree. It's going to leave B-Dog all on an island here. On about 10 HP, is able to find 1 kill, but Drip, Yardy, able to swing wide on the breach and find B-Dog. An excellent execute for Rentfree. And after losing the first member, they are able to clutch it out and not lose a single member after that until the post-plant position. They now go up 5-1.
Yep. Our 5th 5-1 half.
Yep.
Casted here.
I really hope it goes again. We run it back.
I really hope that Guidance Gaming are able to run it back. Like the way that those 6 tack rounds came out, outside of one of them, Rentfree are just living in Guidance Gaming's heads rent-free. Absolutely astounding gameplay coming out from the boys in blue. No breach denial outside of a mute coming in for Rentfree, as it's going to be Drip who switches away from the Kaid into a Vigil, possibly trying to have Guidance Gaming think that they're going for a server cache take. But instead, this time around, once Guidance Gaming figures out where the bomb site is, they'll realize that it's not upstairs in server cache. You got 2 sets of flashbangs with both Boji and Dauntless. Nades coming in from B-Dog, and Marmalade will have the Claymore on the Thatcher. And there's going to be some soft destruction coming out from Arrow as well with those breach charges. Possibly able to make some rotates between where he enters in from. This does look to be a 2-man roam up top for Rentfree. They've gone ahead and reinforced off the server wall, and they're making rotates up above between server, cache, and construction.
So I'm feeling it. Honestly, I think Guidance Gaming, we just have the cursed day today. I think it's just going to continue to be 5-1 halves.
Possibly.
I mean, I hope that would be kind of badass if we were able to get part of my French. I shouldn't have said that, but if we were able to get the 5-1 half, but it's going to be a deep roam for Rentfree.
Did he get his thermite charge impact? Oh no, wait. Okay, never mind. I thought he got his thermite charge impacted. Prophecy going to be on a roam, but Sweater and Drip.
I thought he got that kill.
I thought he did too for a moment. But both Boji and Arrow are down for the count. Dauntless going to win out a gunfight against Drip, who normally wins his ones. B-Dog has already rushed Oil Pit, and you will be seeing 1 Rentfree member up inside of Secret.
That's huge. I mean, they've just decided to completely forego this roam game being set up by Rentfree and just try to go for a full-on site execute. But it's not really working out for them because Rentfree are just absolutely obliterating Guidance Gaming. They're not losing a single gunfight. Marmalade is going to be all by herself now. And for the 1, the CCSW star, is she going to be able to take out the remaining members of Rentfree? It doesn't look like she will be able to hit those shots behind the pipe. Sweater peeks wide. Nice headshot from him, as that'll be now match point for Rentfree. So it's now looking very grim for Guidance Gaming.
Yeah, it is looking really tough right now for Guidance. Marmalade not even to find just 1 in that 4v1 scenario. Boji has yet to find the board on this map. The most amount of kills is going to be 4 from B-Dog, and his only kills coming from those 6 defensive rounds. So This potentially could be a 7-1 victory here for Rentfree, given the way that the game is playing. I can pretty much say with some confidence that it's possible that's going to happen. They're going to be heading into server cache, and no Maestro will be brought out this time for Rentfree. Instead, they're going to be bringing in that Breach now with the Bandit. A good eye to come out there for Rentfree, realizing they don't want to give Guidance Gaming too much breathing room on this bomb site. They want to at least give them some kind of a challenge to, have to utilize some teamwork and get that wall open. But Guidance Gaming, I honestly believe it's the experience that is a heavy factor in this matchup. You've got highly seasoned players on the side of Rentfree. Arrow, his only real side of comp has been in CL when he made it with the Favelas last stage before getting dropped for Carnage or Abinai, whichever one was it that replaced him. And then Rentfree, you have 2-time Pro League star, 0 games played, Drip. You have Sweater, who was an all-star in CCS in the first 3 seasons and won it in the first 4 seasons, actually. No. Yeah, in season 1, 3, and 4 because he was banned from season 2. And he won season 4 with Sinister, who also have Rudy, Sippin, and I can't remember the third one from Sinister. That's on Beast Coast. But Anthony, that's right, Anthony. They just played right now. And so right now, Rentfree are just completely dominating Guidance. You have 9 picks from Sweater compared to 3 deaths. It's a 3.0 KD. He's looking to be making a very aggressive play outside his strip, but unfortunately for him, it looks to be that Guidance aren't going to be falling for the bait.
A little cheeky play coming out from Sweater. They have 5 rounds basically to throw here. I expect, honestly, Rentfree to throw a couple of these rounds just off the bat, just because of their playstyle. Already at peak, and Sweater is gonna win the fight against Arrow on 5 HP. How does that happen? I mean, wow, that's unfortunate for Arrow, and the opening pick of the round goes in favor of Rentfree. So already, I mean, they might just shut me up. They're not going to possibly throw this. They do have the dock, so Thomas will be able to. He looks like the problem is he's trying to steal. He's trying to steal the stim pistol. He's like, no, give them both to me. So Sweater is actually going to be put back on the low HP. That's actually all 3 docks dispensed here for the defense. So good on Guidance Gaming. They were at least able to take the stim pistols away from dock.
Yeah, Rentfree is out here playing Call of Duty. There's no other way to slice it. Dauntless going to be taking a ton of damage. It's also going to be on Boji and Marmalade, but Dauntless, he can't even find the frag against Prophecy. Boji and Marmalade are the last hope here for Guidance Gaming. That diffuser will have to be recovered within the next 40 seconds, and they'll have to get that plant down. But a 4v2, Boji and Marmalade left standing. Boji has finally found himself on the board, though, however. So this could be the start of something new for Guidance, but they're running low on time. Flashbangs are coming, crossfires are imminent, and Boji will fully flash himself. Marmalade able to find one, so that's now a 3v2. 20 seconds to go. Boji has to be careful. He'll get shot in the back, but he can't even win the gunfight against Filthy, who then gets traded out by Marmalade right outside of the breach. This hole cannot be vaulted through. She'll have to crawl on through from those X-Chiral pellets. This is looking GG. There's 8 seconds left. She's got to fight against Thomas, and Prophecy's there to answer the final frag. Rentfree take map number 1, 7-1. And I think Prophecy just hip fired. No, okay. I thought he was going to go for the hip fire peak right there at the end. But a very, very convincing win here from Rentfree. And they take it 7-1.
Absolute annihilation by Rentfree. Excellent map from Sweater. I mean, everybody going positive on the side of Rentfree, and I mean the round count goes to show only 2-3 rounds, only 2 rounds that were even close. A couple flawless rounds in there from both teams, but overall Rentfree are just demolishing. A 7-1 on Clubhouse as Yeah, we're gonna take a look at the replays. Even a couple of rushes coming out here from Rentfree. Like they had a couple of times where they would just thermite open that wall and then just run right into the site. So I loved seeing the like Rentfree kind of relaxed a little bit. A lot of their strategies probably on the fly, knowing that this is a team in Guidance Gaming that isn't the most experienced, and so they can use their experience against them. Most of these players have been inside of Pro League, or at least on teams that were in Pro League before they actually got dropped. But regardless, all of these players on Rentfree very strong, very talented, and it's no wonder that the score was what it was.
Yeah, a very, very convincing win to come out from Rentfree. Round number 5 being the only round that Guidance Gaming was able to win, and it was a flawless round at that. But granted, Rentfree, they really didn't care about the objective at all. They just tried to go for frags at that point because they just left the diffuser wherever it was dropped. Whoever dropped it, that arrow had killed. So, absolutely dominant performance coming out from Rentfree. But we're going to cut it to a short break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with map number 2. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Group B for Stage 2 of the United States Challenge League. But first off, we forgot to show you before our third match began. We're going to go ahead and show you guys the bracket for Group B so that way you guys can see exactly who is in this bracket. So, obviously, we've got Rentfree and Guidance Gaming. Meanwhile, on the other side of Group B, you've also got the Favelas versus Team Oblation. The way things are going right now, it's looking to be that Guidance will be falling into that lower brackets, and then for between Oblation and Favelas, we'll find that out potentially after this second map, depending on how things go. If not, then we'll be heading into our third map of this series. But we are just about ready to get started, so we'll just transition to you guys into map number 2, which we just saw and we just witnessed is quite possibly the quickest match that the quickest map, I should say, of USCL, which was on Clubhouse. 7-1 for Rentfree between Guidance Gaming.
Yep, definitely. But let's just transition right into things here, ladies and gentlemen. Consulate going to be our location for map number 2 between Guidance Gaming and Rentfree. Like we said, a 7-1 for Rentfree on map number 1, Clubhouse. But is map number 2 going to be any different? This is, from what I understand, Rentfree's map choice, so they should presumably do even better on this map than they did on Clubhouse. But it's going to be tough to beat a 7-1, as Thatcher will be the first operator off the board.
Only thing better than 7-1 is a 7-0, at least if you're on a Rentfree side. But if you're on Guidance, that is not what you want to have happen at all. You really do not want that to be happening for you right now. You just got slammed 7-1 on Clubhouse. You're heading into Consulate. Hopefully you're able to mentally reset yourself, able to mentally, prepare for how aggressive Rentfree will be playing against you. You have to calculate for that. A mute ban coming out from Guidance Gaming. I like it. It's not bad. It's very interesting. We rarely see mute bans come out. It's more so Mira or Malusi or Valkyrie, which is going to be Rentfree's ban. Nomad and Mute are going to be Guidance's bans, with Thatcher and Valkyrie going to be their bans. Rentfree starting off on defense with Guidance on attack. First bomb site for Rentfree. We're going to be heading down below into the basement for Garage and Cafeteria. Attacking side of things, you're going to have Arrow on the Ash, B-Dog on Buck, Ace going to be for Dauntless, Sledge for Boji, and Zofia for Marmalade. A Clash is coming out, but it'll get 6-picked right away. In favor of a Vigil for Thomas, you're bringing Breach Denial with Cade, since you can't use Mute, and they're not opting to use Bandit as well. A Mirror for a Garage defense is crucial. It's honestly the best decision you could ever make if you're on defense, because it gives so much power and control to help the defenders defend on that white van and the black car where usually that's where the plant starts to go down.
Maestro unbanned as well as Ace, so we will be seeing at least the Ace in round number 1. No Maestro just yet. It's going to have to be a attack onto the bottom floor. Definitely going to be giving Ace the advantage here, as he'll be able to use those Selmas onto the garage wall, and possibly just one on the garage wall if he wants to use 2 on the hatch, if he wants to open up that. But it's likely that he's just going to use 2 of them on the garage wall once they open that up, or if it's for some reason a back take as well, they could possibly use a couple on the hatches. But no, just based off spawns and based off of what's commonly used on the site, it's going to be a garage attack. It looks like they're going to be breaking into the first floor here and through Circle, and we have Sweater actually on the roam on Spiral, as he will go back down Banana and retreat to the safety of the security where his mirror windows sit. So no roam game going to be coming out from Rentfree in round number 1.
Guidance looking to take control of the second floor, make sure it's clear, work their way onto the first floor, which is going to be with Thomas and Prophecy on a duo roam. Prophecy's going to get compromised on the top of Yellow Stairs, which will then flush him down to the first floor into Piano. Meanwhile, Thomas taking control, and a great pick to come through from Thomas. Good night, Boji. Might want to think about who you peek next time around, because Thomas will instantly shut him down. Meanwhile, the buck of B-Dog is going to be above, trying to see what he can do against Thomas. Unfortunately for B-Dog, he won't have any nades to work with since they were taken away from him about 6 to 7 months ago. But now Marmalade is going to be right outside of Piano. She does have 2 impacts to work with, and B-Dog will be up above inside of the console office, trying to look down into Piano to see what he can do, and possibly down into that yellow staircase.
Oh. It looked like there was a player that was going to possibly rush up the yellow stairs there, but just the outline kind of deceiving me a little bit. 70 seconds left in the round, and Arrow is going to try to clear out Prophecy from above. A nice headshot there for the Ash, taking down Prophecy. Still 1 player inside a bathroom, though. Not sure if Arrow is aware of this, but yeah, it looks like that player on the hatch inside a bathroom is just going to persist. Thomas, an excellent position here for the Vigil. It's likely they won't be able to even drone him out as well, as he has the cloaking ability. But he's just going to bide his time, wait for those attackers to start to make the execute onto site. He looks like he wants to jump on his prey at any moment now. Going to be able to come across Piano. Is there anybody still in here? It looks like the buck is. B-Dog almost able to get his gun up, but we'll lose the gunfight to Thomas. Now a 3v2 in favor of the defense. Dauntless is going to try to jump in through the breach, but it'll be Thomas to find the last 3 kills of the round. Excellently played there by the Vigil. I believe a 4K for him, as he was able to get the opening pick and the final 3, all while hiding inside a bathroom. Well played by Rentfree in round number 1.
So we will be needing a rehost since Filthy has the sound bug. Rentfree will go ahead and lead the lobby. So, round number 1. No surprise there, it goes into the favor of Rentfree. Guidance looked a little bit better here on their attacks compared to what we saw on Clubhouse, and they just looked better as a unit overall. But unfortunately, they were not able to drone out and find exactly where Thomas was playing, all over inside of first floor and in the bathroom. But there's just some things that I also wanted to talk about Rentfree heading into this matchup. I was talking with their head coach Brycer before the game yesterday, saying that seeing as their first game was against Guidance, and with them having only 1 VOD available, what were their expectations to head into this game on Saturday? And their expectation is to win. That it's the expectation regardless for every game. They do realize that Guidance has received some heat, with some saying they don't deserve CL. Bryce says that he's sure that they have seen that and they'll be coming to prove a point against us. Obviously, with having limited VODs, it's not that big of a deal, considering that Rentfree have also made 2 roster changes, which were Sweater and Prophecy. So it's almost kind of like they're canceling each other out. But since picking up Sweater and Prophecy after losing Rexon to E United and dropping Benji, Rexon was a good fragger for them, but they also believe that they have also upgraded with Prophecy and Sweater to have 2 more insane fraggers on the Rentfree side of things. And right now, they're a team where any member can pop off and dominate a game, but they also have to be a team where they can win off of strategy and communication. Their main goal is Pro League, and Bryce believes that if they can play to their potential, they will make it. Despite the larger goal, we have to take the season 1 match at a time, and they're not going to underestimate any single team that they play against, especially if it's Guidance or Ape.
And doesn't look like they're underestimating them at all so far. There was a 7-1 on Clubhouse, and now already a victory in round number 1 for them on map 2, Consulate. So I don't know, I kind of want to go back into that last round, because the ability for the Vigil, Thomas, to be able to just sit inside a bathroom and then able to pounce onto the prey once they were unsuspecting of it. I mean, that was too easy. You know, you have to be able to drone that out and be able to clear out the area, especially because you know that they have a Vigil, and it's likely that he's going to be roaming upstairs somewhere. So a bit of a misplay there from Guidance Gaming. It's unfortunate because it cost them the round. Those last 3 kills all in the hands of the Vigil. So look for Guidance Gaming to come back after this rehost. You know, like, yeah, let's get our drum game down and let's try to figure this out before things start to get out of hand yet again for them. So we're gonna get back into things, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully there's no more sound bugs. That will be the one rehost though for Rentfree, as you are allowed one per map per team. So looks like they're going to be going to console meeting to start things out for round number 2.
Second bomb site for Rentfree. They'll be heading into Consulate meeting room, a site that's shied away as a primary bomb site for this map. You used to go upstairs to console, downstairs to basement, and if that worked for you for being a 2-0, then you went into lobby as your third primary bomb site. But with the addition of the split site, it started to see a little bit more play. And Rentfree obviously realizing the fact of how they just completely dismantled Guidance on Clubhouse. They can probably play with a little bit more relaxation and not strategize too hard, and they can just rely on their gun skill and teamwork and communication to outskill and outplay Guidance Gaming.
10 seconds left.
This site has shied away from being a primary bomb site, and you do see teams starting to go into lobby more as a first bomb site. They also like to start down below in garage. But if you try to if you're trying to be like a little tricky or trying to have something up your sleeve, then you'll go for a split bomb site as your first bomb site. But getting into round number 2, Sweater is going to be hiding inside of admin, trying to see if he can fight for a cheeky pick here. The drone's going to come around. They'll miss drone Sweater. This could be detrimental to Guidance Gaming, but Sweater will have 2 different angles to worry about, the south window and the east window. But he'll go ahead and get compromised, but there's Drip able to fight off B-Dog. Great teamwork, and Rentfree put themselves on the board.
Second time in a row as well that they will find the opening pick for their team. Huge pick too. Jackal off the board, and some pre-fires through the barricade. Arrow almost able to find Filthy as he was possibly trying to go for a run out there. He will retreat to the depths of the basement, rotate up Yellow's stairs, and possibly join the rest of his team on the top floor, or he could just roam downstairs with that nitro cell. But Dauntless, he'll be able to take down Yardy inside of admin, as gonna go for another shot as well. Sweater able to take down the head of Arrow as he's still holding the line inside of admin. Some shots going back and forth. Not gonna hit the heads just yet, but the shot from the side, Boji is able to finally clean up that operator, clean up that pesky little vigil inside of Jaeger inside of admin, as he'll even the man counts and give control over to the attack.
Guidance looking to finally have some footing, have some groundwork here. Marmalade's going to start to make her entry over into long desk, but there's going to be a player right behind the long desk as well. It's going to be the smoke of Thomas. With his current position, I don't know if this is the proper play to use that ace charge already. Unfortunately, right now, for Guidance Gaming, it doesn't appear that where is the ace charge? What is it breach? I don't see what it's breach. Oh, okay, never mind. There it goes. Now it's breaching something off. But Thomas is going to be behind the shield, and Dauntless will be missing the shots. What a great wallbang! Thomas with the SMG is able to clean up Dauntless.
That is unfortunate. You cannot lose a fight like that. He had the kill dead to rights, and Thomas is just going to persist. Another nice shot for him with that SMG-11. He's looking to get very aggressive, possibly go for the kill inside of admin. Pulls out the shotgun, gets super aggro. Puts Boji down to about 10 HP, but dies for his efforts. 25 seconds left, all left up to the Buck to try to clutch out the 1v2. Is he going to be able to do it on such little HP? He's going to need to hit the heads here if he wants to win these gunfights, and he won't be able to get past the first one. A nice angle from Filthy. Standing just behind that shield outside the bathroom door, will be able to get the angle right onto the top of Visa stairs and take down Boji for round number 2.
Round number 2 in the pocket of Rentfree. Thomas going massive for his team. Meanwhile, Drip, Felty, and Sweater will also find picks for themselves throughout the remainder of, throughout the majority of that rehost. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 5. All 5 members going down. And Guidance, although they look to be a lot more comfortable here on Consulate compared to Clubhouse, they're still getting mopped by Rentfree.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
But
as many bombs
you know,
as they
it's nothing to be discouraged if you're Guidance. Hopefully, for their sake, they can try to put themselves on the board here. It is a lobby attack, but from what I am aware of, lobby has been regarded as the highest win percentage for defenders on this map, and I'm pretty sure that's inflated due to the fact of how little lobby gets played compared to garage, compared to the second floor bomb site. So that's just like one thing that I've noticed with this map, at least looking back at some of the map statistics.
5 seconds left before insertion.
I definitely agree. Like, that's
Attackers are
not that
heading
it's a
out to
bad
defuse the
site,
bomb.
but it just doesn't get played as much as the other two. And I think that the top floor, especially inside of like tier 1 play, inside of Pro League, it's definitely seen a decrease as B-Dog is just going to be able to punch the window and take down Sweater. I'm not sure what was going on there with the Jaeger, but an excellent heads-up play from the Jackal will secure the first opening pick of this map. War Guidance Gaming, Marmalade, good night, Drip. Gonna be taken right off of the angle by Emma as she's gonna be able to, you know, continue the fragging in this round for Guidance Gaming, possibly swinging it in their direction, leaving everything up to Thomas, Filthy, and Prophecy. Still a lot of ability to clutch this round out. Some strong players and a nitro cell on the side of Thomas. So if Guidance Gaming are careful, this still could go to Rentfree.
Very true indeed. Just because Rentfree have lost both Drip and Sweater in the span of a minute doesn't mean that it's necessarily over for Rentfree. They still have to force the attacking squad to come into the bomb site. Prophecy's currently getting pressured. He's going to be using this couch inside of Connector to elevate his game. Here comes Filthy in with a pick onto Arrow just below the Visa staircase. And now Tom is looking to come around and possibly blow sky high, but there goes Prophecy, able to clean up Boji, who was going to be blasted by that C4 laid up by Thomas either way. And just like that, in the span of 30 seconds, Rentfree have managed to equalize here into a 3 versus 3.
Yep, so like I said, very winnable for this team as it's going to be Dauntless. He'll bring the man count back in favor and actually takes control of the top floors. There's just one last player on yellow, and Dauntless, a double for him, taking the head right off of Filthy. It's all up to Thomas without an H, and he'll make his way up yellow stairs, see if he can't get a flank off. But Marmalade, a nice headshot, an excellent round for her. She'll find 2 picks and give the round over to Guidance Gaming, their first of the map and their second of the series.
Very well played from Guidance that round. Their strongest round yet. And I say it's their strongest because you can look back at Clubhouse and say that the flawless one they had is arguably the strongest one that they've had. But the way that it looked from Rentfree being played out that round compared to this round, or that previous round that we just saw, that lobby defense looked to be a lot more, you know, Rentfree trying to preserve their lives rather than just going for picks and trying to hold off the attacking squad of Guidance. But Rentfree ended up losing both Drip and Sweater in the first minute of play there. And, you know, good on Rentfree for being able to equalize, but then after they equalized, they just weren't able to get anything going for them throughout the remainder of that round, resulting in Guidance winning out their first round here. So far, Guidance have only won 2 rounds in the 11 that have already been played. So that's not a good look. 2 wins in 11 rounds is not something you really want to see, especially if you're already on map number 2.
5 seconds to insertion.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't look good here.
Attackers are
Back down to the basement defense now for Rentfree though. Guidance Gaming at least able to take that 3rd round. We'll see if anything else here is going to be, you know, coming their way. Again, Thomas on that vigil. Are Guidance Gaming going to actually clear him out this time, or are they just going to let him sit somewhere and then flank them for a nice 3K at the end of the round? Definitely can't let that happen this time around. I expect Guidance Gaming to do a better job droning and clearing out these roamers, but only time will tell at this point. And where is Thomas actually going to sit? It looks like he's just gonna be all over the place right now at the bottom of Spiral, but with the potential to rotate pretty much everywhere. All 3 staircases going to the top floor and bottom. So a lot of options for this Vigil, which means that it's going to be up to Guidance to try to cut these off. We've seen Arrow. He's hopped in upstairs inside of Meeting, and he could potentially catch out the player, but Thomas just comes up Visa's stairs again. This lurk completely unpunished by the attack. Arrow will lose his life because of it, but Boji will get a nice trade. So potentially going to stem off the bleeding for the time being. But again, this Vigil is still upstairs. They have to deal with him, or I mean, he's just going to cause havoc yet again. It looks like Thomas is just going to hide inside of Kitchen and just wait the rest of the round out, wait for the time to tick down, and then make his move when Guidance are least expecting it.
Yeah, Arrow off to a very cold start here in this second map. However, Filthy is going to be able to pick off Marmalade. There goes the smoke, being able to take care of the Zofia. Thomas, however, still playing upstairs, but he'll go ahead and impact off the admin hatch and retreat down below into the bomb site. There is an impact rotate to go into Tellers. I'm pretty sure that was also placed out by Thomas, considering he was the only member to bring in impacts. With a minute left to play, we've got a 4v3 here for Rentfree. And Boji trying to see if he can get rid of the Electroclaw so that way Dauntless can breach on, open the wall. Ooh, but if B-Dog were to just shoot through the wall here, he's so close, but he's not going to find really anything here against Thomas, I believe it is, sitting inside a projector. But Thomas is going to rotate down Visa. And now, and then Dauntless, when he watches his back, he's going to be kicking himself. That should have been one for him, but B-Dog is there to take care of Drip, trying to peek on out to the breach, but B-Dog, I'm sorry. Yeah, B-Dog can't even find another.
Nope, the toxic babes and smoke canisters coming out for each side as Filthy is just gonna rush right up, take down Boji with a shotgun shell right to the head, whips out the SMG-11 and will take Dauntless's head off. Ensues an excellent round for the smoke and an even better round for Rentfree as they now re-establish their streak and will put themselves up 3-1 going into round number 5. And what was looking like it was possibly going to go back and forth until the end after a couple of picks went either team's way ends up going completely to the side of Rentfree. So the real problem is Guidance Gaming are gaining that control and then clearing the roam, but it's not efficient enough and they're not able to make the actual execute on the site happen when it comes time to. They were able to successfully gain the main advantage in like the previous round when it was lobby. However, that was that's the only round that they've been successful in closing out. So it's also the only round in which they've had the opening pick. Every other round, the opening pick has gone to Rentfree, and it has resulted in a round victory. So Guidance Gaming, they really need to work on not getting opening picked, not being the first to die, and also closing out their rounds once they've gotten the roam clear down to just the site.
So moving into round number 4 here, we'll be heading upstairs back to Console Office, which is where Thomas got a magnificent 4K in round number 1 before the rehost. Oh no, wait. We started in the basement, didn't we? Yeah, we started in the basement, and then we went upstairs, and then we went to lobby. That's right. It was the second round where Thomas got that 4K. And also, this was also the round. Oh, okay. Filthy. We'll see you later, B-Dog. Not being aware of the open window inside a copy, and he is immediately eviscerated by Filthy using the newly placed 1.5 scope on that P10 Roni.
Yeah, an excellent opening pick yet again for Rentfree. So if the past is anything telling of the future, then I mean this should be another round for Rentfree. They haven't given up a round when having the opening pick yet. Of course, it's just a statistic, so it could potentially still go to Guidance Gaming, but they're gonna have to make that execute a little bit tighter than it has been. As I mean, they've really not been able to trade out well when it comes down to the last 6 members, last 3 on each team. So another misplay here from Arrow. His health pulse is drone right into the Mozzie trap. Going to be a utility lost for the attack. He's able to take it out just after it gets stolen, so it won't be useful for the defense, but regardless, that's still utility off the board for the attack, as it looks like a member down inside of Visa is getting spotted out on that flank, trying to rotate up those Visa stairs. As the mesh drone's being spotted out for that flank, as Emma Marmalade will look to repel on Spiral, try to cut off some of the flanks, but again, Tomas inside of meeting is going to have to go huge yet again. Are they going to allow him to play this yet again? No, it looks like he'll actually fall off of the angle this time, so not going to go super aggro and just frag out on that breach like he did in the previous defense of the site. But regardless, a minute left and there's all but one member still alive.
One thing that's really surprising me for Guidance is that they're not placing any pressure on the B windows. They're not placing any pressure on the A windows. They're just taking control of admin, taking control of copy, and then establishing their push from there. They're not trying to establish any kind of crossfires. They're not trying to better themselves here, and it's really costing Guidance these lives and the picks that are coming in for Rentfree. Arrow, however, he'll get shot up into oblivion before he's finally able to take care of Prophecy. Finally, Boji will start to repel over onto the A windows, but at this point, it might be too late. These toxic babes are coming out from Thomas, and that'll be his final one. The plant's starting to come in from Dauntless, but there goes Arrow and Drip fighting off each other. 2v2 here. The plant will be successful. Can Guidance find their second round here? Boji and Dauntless will have to hold the line here against Drip and Thomas. 37 seconds remain, but Dauntless getting hit up a lot from this SMG, but there goes Dauntless, able to find himself a second pick before Thomas is able to trade it back out now. Boji has to win this gunfight on the death balcony. He has no other choice here, and he should be in a position to do so. Thomas has no more toxic babes to work with, but as he swings on out, he'll be able to find Boji, and he'll down him. Boji losing the gunfight, and Thomas coming up huge. Guidance Game will fall yet another round here, a round that should have been theirs. Thomas has more than enough time to counter defuse, and Rentfree will put themselves up 4-1 against Guidance Gaming. Incredible display of composure.
Yes.
A great clutch gene right there for Thomas. Puts themselves up with 5 picks into the rehost.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it just bad, like poor post-plant positioning there from Boji. He just exposed himself a little bit too much to the window, and the SMG-11 able to just tear through the buck and what little remained of him health-wise. So could have potentially positioned himself better, maybe on rappel, but you know, hindsight vision 2020. So never really able to know exactly what's the best until it's the opportunity's already passed itself. So that round goes to Rentfree. It's now 4-1. So they've successfully won the first half, as the next round, the last round of the half, would only put Guidance Gaming at a 4-2 split. So this was the last site that they were able to successfully defend. However, it could potentially go differently this time around. It looks like we're going to see a similar roam upstairs from Rentfree. They're bringing a similar lineup as well. I believe the only change in this is going to be no Mira for this defense. They're going to choose to bring the Jaeger? No, not the Jaeger. No. I'm not sure what was different in this setup.
Did they use an alibi on the lobby defense?
Yeah, they used an alibi.
I don't think they used a Malusi, because
yeah, the Malusi is
right.
No, they had a Malusi too, I think. I'm not sure. No, it's the Vigil. It's the Vigil that's different. Yeah. So instead of the Mira, it's the Vigil. So I guess a little bit more of a roam game. I don't know. I thought the Mira was pretty strong for them previously, but maybe nobody wanting to play Mira in this round, and Drip just wants to play the Vigil. So. Regardless, should be an interesting round here. As I mean, we're looking to see if Drip is just gonna sit in the main lobby with the scanner. That's kind of ironic.
Yeah, I think Drip's just trying to play with his food at this point. It looks to be that Rentfree aren't really utilizing strats. They're just trying to play ranked as best as possible. But Filthy going to be the opening pick, and this is a rush to come in from Guidance. Drip's able to find the first pick here for Rentfree onto Dauntless, but Sweater, realizing that there's one at the bottom of yellow, will not be able to progress down the staircase. Instead, he's going to be trying to hold inside of Bathroom as best as possible. There goes Drip, able to find his second pick before he's picked off by Marmalade playing on that vending machine. Down goes Arrow yet again. He's only been able to find himself 2 picks, but Sweater, a huge pick to come out for himself. Now all of a sudden it's all on Marmalade, and everyone on Guidance is just eviscerated in what seems to be in the span of about 40 seconds. Wow. Domination, unrelenting aggression from Rentfree. And they're only 2 rounds away from 2-0 Guidance Gaming. Another 5-1/2.
Yeah, so that's our 5th 5-1/2. 6? Yeah, that's our 6th 5-1/2 of the day. That's honestly insane, but I mean, regardless, it's just been domination here from Rentfree, and I mean, I guess it was their defensive side, but I don't really think that the defensive sidedness of Consulate had anything to do with how one-sided that first half was. I mean, Rentfree obviously showed up to play today, and
Attackers need to locate
I mean,
and defuse bombs.
like we talked about, I don't know if it's just nerves from Guidance Gaming being their first season in Challenger League, and with the new setup with the streaming and all the viewers, maybe a little bit of that is getting to their head. Maybe it's the fact that they're going up against Rentfree. They're a little nervous about that, or maybe it's just that Rentfree has improved so tremendously and that they're a legitimate team, you know, and they want to prove that today, that they are a legitimate contender for that relegation spot. So
Located by attackers.
could be a little bit of everything here. As it doesn't look good for Guidance Gaming going into round 7 down 4.
5 seconds to go.
Yeah, if there's anything that Guidance need to take away from this, I mentioned it earlier that a big issue they had against Fernie's Tacos was their droning. And I'm not even so sure if it's droning that really that had them at a lower level, playing at a lower level here compared to Rentfree. But the skill in terms of experience and the level of experience, excuse me, Rentfree just has too much experience compared to the fresh meat of Guidance Gaming outside of Arrow. And even then, you know, Arrow didn't even get to complete last stage. He played about 2 matches and then that was it.
Yeah, so the experience definitely lacking on this roster, to say the least. But the default camera is actually left up here by Guidance Gaming in a missed opportunity for B-Dog, as he had a free kill onto that player rotating up the stairs, and he will allow that to escape him for the time being. But he's gonna stick onto this window and see if he can't possibly find another pick when they come back around. Prophecy has been downed somewhere. Has the potential to pick himself back up. No, it looks like his teammate will pick him back up to 20 HP. So going to be able to persist for the rest of the round until, you know, he takes 1 bullet from pretty much any gun that he's going to fall. Some spots out from B-Dog yet again, but he misses his opportunity onto the Zofia. All he needed to hit was 1 bullet, but Dauntless will be able to clean things up. It's now a flood in through sight behind the smoke canisters, but 2 kills to follow through from Guidance. Gonna met by Thomas as he actually gets downed and traded out. Now leaving everything up to Filthy and Sweater. All up to Filthy as it's a double kill from Dauntless. Filthy finds 1 for himself, a freebie there onto Arrow, but he needs to find 2 more in about 60 seconds or make the execute happen onto site. But it doesn't look like he has control of the diffuser. It's getting pinged actually by the defense outside, so he's not going to be able to have access to that unless he goes out the yellow door and rotates around. But right now it doesn't look like he has time to do that, and he's just going to go for the frags here. Makes his way down yellow stairs. It's actually just inside of the breach, so he could vault over and just grab onto it, having to contest with these mirror windows. 1 smoke canister is left for Filthy, so he could use that to possibly cover his execute onto the site. They finally take down the default camera a minute and a half into the round. The last smoke canister is going to come out from Filthy. Pre-fire is coming through from both teams. Well, more will land onto Filthy as he's just going to forget about the diffuser. Going to try to go for frags here. Going right up the side of White. Not a lot of ammo left on the gun. It'll be B-Dog from Inception. Takes down Filthy. Guidance Gaming now find their second round. That's double the rounds they found on map 1.
Very true indeed. 2 rounds here on Consulate, so they clearly seem to be a little bit more comfortable on Consulate and in terms of their strategy. But man, the way that their attacks were lining up, it was their droning obviously was a key factor into them not getting that much intel, but the overall positioning that we saw with Guidance's attacks were just it's just why like they're not they're setting themselves up for crossfires when they were attacking the second floor. They didn't have anyone on the B windows. They didn't have anyone on the death balk windows. When they finally put Boji on those death balk windows, then they started to make some progress and get that plant down. But then it just came down to winning your gunfights. And then Dauntless did end up finding one, which then forced Thomas into that 1v2. But then Thomas just coming through, just the overall clutch gene that he has, able to win out for Rentfree. And here for Guidance, that defense that we just saw, pretty well executed. They were able to find themselves in good positions to find early picks. They were able to set themselves up for if they did die, they had a trade come out. And then eventually it was up to a 3v1, if I want to say, 4v1 for Filthy there at the end. Ended up getting a free pick onto Arrow, rotating into Piano, just outside on the ledge for obviously for flank watch reasons. But at that point, I personally don't know why Filthy was still outside on the ledge. I don't know why he didn't try to rotate away and try to help the execute go down for his team. But they could have really used the smokes for that plant. Granted, they were using Maestro, and that's what I believe was left up still on the alive members for Guidance. But this is looking to be a rush take possibly from Rentfree, because this is the lobby defense.
Yeah, but several members entering through the garage, it seems, as they might even just walk right up the yellow stairs potentially. I'm not sure what their plan is, but we'll see Sweater and Repel on the east side or the south side here, expecting a jump out from Death Balcony, as there's several members with their guns pointed at it, expecting aggression here from Guidance Gaming, but it doesn't look like anybody is going to be giving away the pick. As the drones come through, the utility will start to get dispensed, and the Maestro cameras and all other utility is going to start to get destroyed. So excellent use of the utility here from Rentfree, at least initially in this round. Thomas is able to find the opening pick, a freebie onto Dauntless, who just peeks wide and will lose his life, quite freely to Thomas. As I mean, that was just him expecting the peak, I guess. I'm not sure what the idea was there from Dauntless, but regardless, it's going to be the man advantage for Guidance Gaming, who, I mean, they need to be winning every single round that they can here. If they lose one round, you know, they have no more room for error. It's going to be match point for Rentfree, as B-Dog is going to try to answer back here with a kill on 2. Drip, as Thomas is going to come up the stairs. He doesn't expect Boji. A nice shot there from the Wamai.
Utilizing the 1.5 scope to the best of his ability, and Sweater able to get rid of B-Dog there. So equalizing here, 3v3, a minute left to go. And Boji trying to challenge from the spiral staircase, but he'll take a little bit of damage and a risky run from one side of the door frame to the other, but he'll be able to establish himself on the other side, at least on the piano side of things. Sweater going to go ahead and set up some flashbangs, and he's going to go ahead and start to plant as well. Filthy up above and copy. This is a good opportunity for Guidance Gaming to to stop this plant from going down, but they don't even decide to peek. Sweater off the plant gets able to get rid of Marmalade. Arrow gets taken care of by Filthy. And all of a sudden, Boji will have to get a 4K here for himself, but he'll take care of Sweater, no problem. Now a 1v2 here for Prophecy and Filthy up against Boji. Can Boji find the next 2 picks? He's got one right outside on the ledge. He's going to go ahead and start counter diffusing. Will he stick it? And Filthy from up above on the hatch, able to take care of Boji, easily dispatching him. 6 rounds here for Rentfree. Oh, wow. I don't even think I would have been able to see him given where Arrow's body was.
Yeah.
But a great position there from Filthy. And an overall great round from Rentfree. And Sweater going massive. They're getting 2 picks and the plant down.
Yeah, overall a very strong round from Rentfree. You know, they are in they're in the heads of Guidance Gaming right free. That's definitely free real estate for them, as I mean it's been all Rentfree this entire series. I mean, at least Guidance Gaming were able to make it a little bit more competitive this map, and I guess there's still the potential of making this to overtime. This is an attacker sided map, so it does favor
Attackers need to locate and defuse the bomb.
Rentfree, but
Bomb
I mean,
located by
regardless,
attackers.
Guidance Gaming, and they need to figure something out if they don't want to lose their first series inside of Challenger League 02, but it's certainly looking like that's going to be the case here. As I don't know, I mean, it's not that they're not getting the frags, because I mean, there's a couple players here on Guidance Gaming that, you know, they're all like close to even or positive as well. There's just not a standout performer, I'd say. Nobody that's really carrying a lot of the weight here. Arrow, normally one of those players, and you can see he's certainly struggling here on map number 2, just not able to answer the firepower being brought by, you know, players like Filthy and Thomas, both on 9 kills, 9 and 4 for both of them.
Yeah, I completely agree with that statement, and especially since Arrow is the most seasoned player here, maybe it's just not his day. I don't know exactly what's going on with him, but he just hasn't been able to find the picks that he's used to finding. As we saw Suzaku tweet out earlier, Arrow dropped 23 picks against him in one map. And if, in all honesty, I don't know if Guidance would be here had Poached submitted their IDs on time, because I honestly think that Poached would have made it into CL over Guidance Gaming had they gotten past the quarterfinals. But for right now, Filthy's going to go ahead and be on a spiral rappel, making sure to cut off anyone from second floor as well as first floor. He has a lot of ground, but Drip is going for the plants. All 5 members are up. Filthy able to find one. His Prophecy finds the second. Can he find a third for Rentfree? But no, Sweater is there. But now Arrow's trying to go big, but that's it. It's over. GG, 7-1, 7-2 victory here for Rentfree. 3 rounds total in the side of Guidance Gaming. And they'll really have to go back onto the drawing board for their next matchup between either Oblation or the Favelas. And that matchup's going to be coming up right after this one. So, very well played from Rentfree, only losing 3 rounds there. Both Thomas and Filthy with 10 picks, 4 deaths each. Sweater as well. Everyone in Rentfree doing their part here in this matchup. And just overall dominant performance coming out from Rentfree. No room for mercy.
No mercy at all being given by Rentfree. Only 3 rounds of it, to say the least. Guidance Gaming got to go back to the drawing board. And I mean, they are the team that qualified for Challenger League. They have got to prove that this is where they belong. And a tough matchup week 1 against, like we said, the top 2nd best team from last stage. So definitely, you know, not something to get too beat down over. Definitely they had some good moments inside of that match, but they just need more experience and need to you know, go back to the drawing board and figure some stuff out, and hopefully they'll have a better matchup next week depending on who loses in the matchup later today. So just going through a couple of highlights here. This round from Thomas was insane. I can't believe that he was allowed to persist inside a meeting like that. And what a shot there from Marmalade to absolutely obliterate Drip. As I mean, there were good moments for Guidance Gaming. It just felt like Rentfree were able to close out more rounds, and that's the reason why the scoreline was what it was.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There was a couple rounds there that honestly could have gone in the favor of Guidance, but I just think that with their poor positioning and lack of proper droning, Thomas actually, that round, I didn't even realize it, but he ran out of SMG-11 ammo right as he downed Boji on that peak. And man, just an overall display of absolute domination, no room for mercy, not even letting up an inch. And they were able to take care of Guidance Gaming no problem at a scoreline of 14-3 total for both of those maps. So Congratulations to Rentfree. You're moving on in Group B, and your next opponent will be the winner between Oblation and the Favelas. So right now, Rentfree, they're sitting pretty. I honestly don't think that they started to reveal too much there against Guidance. Once they got the feeling that, okay, we're winning our gunfights just head on, we can just put our aggression on them, then we'll go ahead and win this out pretty easily.
Yeah, kind of the best case scenario for Rentfree. They win their 2 maps and they don't have to show much of their strats to any teams that might be playing them later on in the bracket. So
I think you might have muted on accident.
Did I mute?
On accident, but now you're back.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, the stream should have heard me. So regardless, I definitely think that Rentfree, they're looking strong, and I can't wait to see how their matchup next week goes, and I can't wait to see how the matchup later today goes. So I do believe we are going to be getting an interview for you all from Rentfree. So we will go ahead and, I believe, throw things to a short little break potentially, and then we will be right back with the interview. But yeah, so can't. Who do we have the interview with? Do you know, Uzu?
I am not remember. Too sure, but we'll be throwing it to a 5-minute break while we get our representative from Rentfree, and we'll have an interview with them just to talk about the match, what are their expectations heading into the rest of this stage, and Rentfree are still in the running for Pro League contention inside of Group B. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Thomas from Rentfree off of his fresh 2-0 victory, 7-1 off of Clubhouse, 7-2 off of Consulate. How are you feeling, Tommy?
We're feeling great. I mean, just like another day in the office. We suspected this 2-0. No offense to them. It's just our on paper our team is projected to be the #1 team. We picked up Sweater, which was like the #1 fragger, which was on like the 4th place team last season or 3rd place team. He had like 26 frags in CL, like plus 26. Obviously we lost Rexon to EU and we lost and then we dropped Benji, but Benji also got better, but he's on Joe. And we picked up Prof, also another great fragger, and here we are. Here it is.
Yeah, I know that you guys had some sleep schedules to fix up. So how did you guys manage to deal with that?
I just told the team straight up like a week before. I fixed mine like a week and a half before. I told them, we were supposed to wake up by 12 o'clock because you never know how the trajectory of the matches go. I obviously don't want them up at 8 o'clock and then we play at 6 o'clock. So I wanted them to, sleep at like, 4 Eastern, wake up at 12 because, TLD got 2-0. So like, that's like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then Joe got 2-0. So like, we're supposed to play at 5, 6 Eastern. Now we're playing at 4:30, 4:45, 5. And we just got done at 6:40. So like, perfect. Your body's your temple, so you gotta like actually take care of it. It's not like something to joke around. Sleep schedule's like, mental comes into play, your skills, all of it. But if your body is tired from adjusting just within 2 days, it's not gonna feel comfortable.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. One of my last questions is going to be, how is the squad flow with the 2 new additions of Sweater and Prophecy? Do you think it's better since you have lost Rexon and Benji, or is it around the same?
Overall, we did have a lot of kinks to work out. I won't lie to you. Like, if you talked to me a month ago, like I thought like, we were at the bottom of the brink, but, we got a new analyst. Shout out to, because Drew Spark also went to United. We're just poach central at this point. Every Pro League team apparently doesn't want to scrim us, but they want to poach us.
Exactly.
We got J90 took away from DG. We had him before Prophecy, and then we got Drew took away from EU took to EU or whatever,
Right.
And then Richie as well. So like, he came in, he put his foot down. He said, "Yo, we gotta fix this. We gotta fix that. If we're hungry for it, we want it. Do it. We wanted it. Our players got put in check. All of us, literally all of us, fix our sleeping schedules, our mentals, our egos, our even like playing like off the game, like off scrim time, and even like." Even if we get a game of cheat, like we play the game outside of scrims, we're like, we want to get physically and like mentally and skill-wise better. So, we want it. Like, and it's not the first time for me. It's not the first time for Yardy. It's not the first time for Filthy. And obviously Sweater was on Sonic before he got released. Like everyone on this team wants it more than the other. So, yeah, so
Yeah.
I feel like between Richie and Benji, I feel like this team has a little bit projected more. We still got to work day by day, but I feel like our skilling is higher on paper, and we just showed it on screen. So.
Yeah, definitely so. So before we go, Thomas, are there any questions or comments that you or any comments that you want to say to your fans out there?
No, thank you to everyone supporting us. Shout out to Guidance Gaming. It's tough on them too. Like I felt them. First time coming in CL. They're playing against the big dogs. Like, it's not easy. You got to start off somewhere. Shout out to them, every single one of them. Also shout out to the homies, supporting. Also, I hate cancer. It affected one of my parents, and he passed away from it. And this month is ovarian breast cancer month. So please, whatever you can do to help, from supporting, from sharing, Twitter links of donations to donating to just spreading the word is amazing. Also, shout out to Cavalier. He's one of the homies. Shout out to like literally the dog chat, to everyone, bro. The slime people, like everyone, bro. Shout out to everyone.
All right, well, I think that's all the time we have for. Thank you, Thomas, and congratulations on your victory. We'll see who you play up against between Oblation and Favelas next weekend.
Thank you. I appreciate you too, Zo. Thank you.
Appreciate you too, Tommy. Have a good day, brother.
You as well. Bye bye.
Honest.
Alrighty. That's it. That's going to be it for me and Razors here. We just we at the beginning of the day we casted Ape versus The Last Dance, which resulted in a 2-0 victory for Ape, 8-6 on Oregon, 8-7 on Villa, and then coming into this matchup, a quick one, a very quick one, 7-1 on Clubhouse, 7-2 on Consulate. So, are there any final remarks or comments that you want to make, Dan?
No, just GG's to Rentfree and also Guidance Gaming. Look for them to get better. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. But also, everyone, like Chris just said, make sure you stick around for our last matchup of the day. That'll be Crow and Jacob. Caliber Jacob on the call for you guys on that match. But that's going to do it for me and Uzu. We're going to throw things to a break and bring you back to with our last match of the day.